Hey guys, welcome. My name is Heather Jones and I am the #1 intuitive teacher and I teach you the 7 keys. You guys, these 7 keys are transformational keys that will unlock your truth. They will teach you how to transform your life and get to the root cause of any of your blocks in literal seconds. So, I have some bad news, you guys. We have been taught one of the biggest lies, and that is to silence our truth. So ever since you were born, you have been taught to silence the #1 gift that God gave you, and it is the gift of intuition. And a lot of you guys have been suffering in silence. And if doctors keep telling you that there's nothing wrong, it might not be physical, it might be something that's actually spiritual, you guys. So the keys that I teach you took me over 10 years to learn and over $15,000 in certifications. And the reason why I teach these keys is because I was so frustrated when I recognized well into my 30s that I had been lied to for most of my entire life and that I had always had the answers inside of me, just like you do right now. So a lot of you guys have been dealing with chronic pain, chronic inflammation. You've been dealing with very serious symptoms, and you go to the doctors and the doctors tell you that there's nothing wrong, right? The doctors say that you're just fine. The labs come back normal. And that is because what you are dealing with is actually spiritual. And what I mean by spiritual is that they cannot test if you've had emotional trauma or generational trauma, okay? Or something of a spiritual nature. So you guys buckle up, make sure you're following me, make sure you get my free guide. You guys, we're gonna go through the 7 keys tonight. So I'm gonna spend the next hour going through the keys. And then after that, I'm going to do some one-on-ones. And so if you're new here, I'm excited to teach you this life-changing information. And I will tell you that this information is not taught freely like I do, right? Everything is behind a paywall. And it's really unfortunate that so many people are suffering in silence. And there's a reason why, okay? Because the system knows that if they can keep us silent, they can keep us paying more and more money to fix the things, right, that are actually not broken. It's fixing the lies. It's shining a light on the distortion. So, key #1, you guys, is your body literally speaks to you through pain. Pain is the secret messenger of the body. Thank you, Thomas. Hey, Veronica. So you guys, key #1 is your body literally speaks to you through pain. Pain is the secret messenger of the body. And we have been taught that pain is so bad that the second that you get pain, you need to run and grab a painkiller. And I want to tell you something, okay? When you do that, you silence the messenger. You silence the one thing that can set you free. So what I do now is I teach you how to listen to the messenger, how to listen to your intuition so that she or he can tell you exactly what's wrong with you. So you can literally heal yourself at the root cause in seconds. So the keys just help you to unlock your truth. So key #1 is your body literally speaks to you. Your body literally can tell you what's wrong. Your body is an instrument that tests with a 99.9% accuracy. So every time you have asked a question, every time you have prayed for an answer, every time you asked, is this good for me or no, your body responds. And you guys, doctors and scientists know that no, they've already proven that your body can test, that your body is an instrument and can test with a 99.9% accuracy. So when you're sick and you ask, do I have a parasite or a heavy metal or a toxin? Because it's one of those 3 things, right? That's the second key. If it's physical, it's one of those 3 things. Hey guys. Hey Jason. Okay? Your body will tell you not only what parasite, not only what toxin, not only what nutrient deficiency, but how your body needs to clear it. If your body wants food, if your body wants supplements, if your body needs a detox or a cleanse, your body will literally tell you what will work and what won't work. So a lot of you guys are wasting your time and you're wasting your money on products that don't even work. So how many of you guys have spent money on a parasite cleanse or a detox or vitamins or like weight loss medication or things that you think are going to help and they don't? Or they help for a little bit and then you're right back at square one, right? That is because you're not getting to the root cause of your problem and you didn't ask your body if that's actually what you need. And so the system that I teach you is I teach you how to get to the root cause. We're not masking symptoms here, you guys. We're getting to the root cause of what is causing you physical, emotional pain in seconds. And then your body will tell you exactly to heal in seconds, okay? But don't take my word for it. I have helped hundreds of people across the world, right? I have hours and hours of YouTube videos where we have taken people from a 10-10 pain to a 0 pain in literal seconds using this exact system that I'm teaching you for free tonight, the 7 keys. So we already talked about key number 1. We already talked about key number 2, okay? Key number 2 is your body literally, your key number 1 is your body speaks to you through pain. Pain is just a secret messenger of the body. And key number 2 is it could be physical, okay? It could be, but it's either gonna be a parasite, a toxin, or a nutrient deficiency, and your body will tell you what. Thank you, Amanda. So let's go to the next key. If you have ever experienced sexual trauma, emotional trauma, religious trauma, physical trauma, okay, anywhere from the ages of 0 to 25, you did not have the mental capacity to tell yourself the truth about those situations. So when I was 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, and I was being physically abused, sexually abused, spiritually abused, right? I did not understand, nor did I have the mental capacity to tell myself the truth about those situations. So instead, I created distortion and lies about those situations about myself. Okay, I decided at 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 years old that I was not good enough. I decided that I was unworthy. I decided that I was unlovable. You guys, and those emotions stayed with me until I was way into my 30s. And so a lot of people have experienced traumas in their childhood that are causing them absolute physical pain. Yes, Veronica. So this is what this looks like. When you decide something about yourself, right? Every single thought has an emotion. It has a vibration to it. So when you think about yourself that you were unworthy, right? Your body produces a chemical in your brain that gets released into your body. And this chemical, right, is not a good one. And so your body fights that chemical with nutrients. You eventually run out of these nutrients and you become nutrient deficient. When you become nutrient deficient, your body doesn't have what it needs to fight off the toxins. Okay, then you have an overload of toxins. Then you get parasites, okay? And so you have to be able to clear those emotions from your body. And if you don't, you could be watching this video right now and have chronic pain in your body because of a trauma that happened when you were 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, all the way to the age of 25. And some of you guys might have no memory or recollection of your childhood because it was that traumatic or horrific. And if that is you, I want you to know that your body will tell you exactly how to heal those traumas without having to relive those horrific experiences. And so you want to know why our system is so broken today? Thanks, Tiffany. Is because we are taught to silence our truth. Okay, that is the messenger. That is our intuition that tells us what's wrong. And so we have people who have been silenced their trauma as children, right? Because as children, we were taught to what? We were taught to shut up, to be quiet, to listen to me. I'm the parent, right? Then go into a public school system, again, where we're taught to shut up, be quiet, listen to me. I'm the teacher. And so we go into our adult years, you guys, completely forgetting how to listen to our intuition and how to heal ourselves. So that's what I'm teaching you guys is the 7 keys, right? We just taught key number 3 is that if you have ever experienced an emotional, sexual, physical, spiritual trauma, and you have not healed that, you have not gone back and told your little self the truth about that situation, then that situation is still unhealed. You have a little you in the past that is dying. needs you desperately. Okay? So let's go to the next key. Going through these keys a little bit quicker tonight. So the next key is generational trauma. So doctors and scientists have proven through epigenetics that you can actually have fears, phobias, sicknesses, and diseases passed down generationally from mom and dad multiple generations back. So you might be watching this right now, having chronic pain or having money blocks, wondering why things aren't working out in your life, and it's because you are literally carrying generational trauma that is not even yours. And you guys, with the 7 keys, I teach you how to test in seconds if you do have generational trauma, who it came from, and you can be able to clear it, okay? So I experienced generational trauma. It looks something like this, okay? My dad was very physically abusive with me. And he did the best he can. He did the best he could. I loved my dad, but he caused me a lot of trauma, okay? He grew up in poverty. His dad came home from the war broken. Men generationally are not taught how to feel emotions because emotions for a man is seen as vulnerability. So if a man cries or if a man shows any type of emotion, especially a man from war, they're weak. So what happens to these men when they come back from war? They've seen horrific things, right? A lot of them become alcoholics. A lot of them become physically abusive because they do not have the mental capacity nor the tools to deal with the emotional trauma. And so that seeps into generations. So my dad as a little boy was beat horrifically. He was forced to go sell little flowers on the freeway at 4 or 5 years old in LA. Okay? Him and his brother would sell flowers, and then they would take that money and then they would go and give that to their dad, and he would go buy alcohol. And then they would go collect cans to get a loaf of bread. And they would eat that bread for the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So my dad experienced generational trauma. Guess what? His dad's dad, right? Same thing. He was a war vet. Same type of system, poverty, broken home. Do you guys see how this systemically can show up in your family? How many of you guys are dealing with generational trauma? I can tell you if you have narcissistic parents, narcissistic family members, if people don't respect you, okay, there is a system there that needs to be fixed. My mother, right, she was sexually abused as a child, systemically in her family. Her mother was sexually traumatized by her stepdad. And the most saddest part is that when she went to go tell her mother of what happened, her mother slapped her across the face and said, "You will not lie." This was my grandma, okay? My great-grandma said this to my grandma, and she was a little girl. How much trauma do you think my grandma endured? What kind of mother do you think she was to my mother, right? She was very abusive. She was very controlling because she did not understand what was broken inside of her, okay? And then my mom, lots of trauma too. She did the best she could. And then there's little Heather, right? I have a mom and a dad who are very broken, come together. They do the best they can, right? But my dad's very physically abusive, and then I get sexually abused by my babysitters. And on top of that, I'm absolutely terrified because my mom is living a double life, and then she leaves when I'm 6 years old. And then at 6 years old, I now created belief systems about myself that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm unlovable. And I carried these things with me, and I was going to continue on that generational pattern. I was on my way to continue in the same pattern. And so when I learned these keys, you guys, that I teach you for free, I recognized that my body was screaming at me and trying to tell me what was wrong, but I didn't know how to listen. So today I'm teaching you the keys so you know how to listen. So key number 1, okay, if you just joined, key number 1 is your body literally speaks to you through pain. Okay, pain is the secret language of the body. We have been taught to silence our pain with painkillers, with drugs, with alcohol. We have been taught to seek external validation to heal what's wrong with us. And what happens is as you continue to seek external validation for this, that hole inside of you gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you need more painkillers, and you need more drugs, and you need more alcohol, and you need to be a bigger people pleaser because you're constantly seeking validation. And that's an unsustainable life. Yeah, if you deal with chronic pain, you're in the right place. Okay? Because I will teach you how to get to the root cause of any chronic pain, any disease, cancer, fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's, stomach pain, weight gain. You guys, all these things you can test in seconds why and how and what your body needs to heal it. Okay? So let's go to the next key. We talked about the physical key. It could be physical. If it is, it's a parasite, a toxin, or a nutrient deficiency. Your body can test. Your body is an instrument. It can test with a 99.9% accuracy. So in my $27 guide, you guys, I give you all the charts. So in my free guide, I list the keys. Okay. It took me over 10 years just to get the keys. In my $27 guide, I give you the charts because I realize people don't know how to intuitively ask the right question, right? When you figure it out, when you figure out it's physical, when you figure out it's emotional, or you figure out it's generational, then what? Right? You got to ask more questions. The messenger is going to tell you. Okay? So let's go to the next key, you guys. The next key is absorbed energy. So how many of you guys in here are empaths? How many of you guys can feel energy, right? You can sense energy. People just dump their energy on you. Yeah. You guys, I was the biggest people pleaser because of my trauma. And I also had everybody tell me their whole life stories. Love that you're selling healing. Okay. Right? Yeah. So I want to tell you empaths here, the reason why you're an empath, that is a spiritual gift. It is an incredible gift, but that gift came at a price. The gift of discernment at the drop of a hat came with a price. It came from your childhood trauma. Because as a child, you had to become totally aware of your environment. Because at any second, you could become unsafe. Because at any second, an adult was going to become unhinged. They were going to scream at you. They were going to beat you. They were going to abuse you or hurt you. And because of that, because there were no boundaries, you had to become totally aware of every single person's emotion and how they reacted. And so that is what triggered this spiritual gift in you, which it is a gift, right? But here's the problem with us empaths, okay? We have to learn how to set boundaries and to say no. We have to learn that it's okay for people to tell us their traumas, but they don't get to dump their traumas on us, okay? We are here for a reason and a purpose, but it's not to be the dumping bag for everybody else's garbage. And so that is why I have the absorbed key. But I want to tell you a story about how you can absorb energy. Yes, I do talk about parasites and how to remove them, okay? You just test, okay? You test, you ask, do I have parasites, yes or no? Which one? Your body will tell you, okay? Then once you figure out the parasite, you're going to ask your body, how do I clear this? Do I need to clear the emotion? Do I need a supplement? Do I need food? Do I need a detox? Your body will tell you. Okay? How do you stop being a dumping bag? You set boundaries, right? You love yourself unconditionally. You recognize when someone's taking and is an energy vampire. A lot of times this is friends or family members. Okay? Toxic people that you have to cut out of your life. So I want to tell you guys a story about absorbed energy. Okay? I tell this story every day, but it's very, very powerful. Okay? So I had a friend who came to me. She was 27 years old. She had been dealing with stomach pain her entire life. Okay? She had chronic constipation, chronic issues. As a child, chronic issues. Okay? As a baby, chronic, colic. So she came and she saw me. We did a session. So during my one-on-one sessions, I use the keys, right? The same exact keys I give you for free. And I asked, right? We asked her body, why does she have this chronic stomach pain? Is it physical? No, not physical. That's why doctors couldn't figure it out, right? Put her on Miralax her whole life, Miralax. Okay, is it key number 2? Is it emotional trauma, physical trauma? Okay, is it emotional? No. Okay, key number 3, was it generational? Nope, not generational. Was it key number 4, absorbed energy? You guys, we got a yes. It was absorbed. So you guys, the messenger will tell you what's wrong. Okay, her messenger was in her stomach, the pain. Right, there's something wrong here. We got to fix it. SOS, help, help, help. Okay, when the messenger shows up, I do not silence the messenger until the messenger is done speaking, right? So I asked the messenger, do we need to know more? The messenger said yes. Okay, did it come from her mom? Yes. Okay, do we need to know more? Yes. Okay, how old was she? She was 6 months old. Okay, do we need to know more? Yes. Okay, what was the emotion? Fear. Okay, do we need to know more? Yes. Okay, did something happen? Was there an accident? And we got a yes. Then we asked the messenger again, do we need to know anything else about the stomach pain that she has? And the messenger said no. And so she was able to clear it. And within literal minutes, her bloated, poor, sick belly was completely gone. Okay, no cramping, nothing. And she was like, oh my gosh. She's like, I've literally been dealing with this for 27 years. So of course, the first thing she did was call up her mom and say, hey mom, did something happen when I was a 6-month-old baby? Like, were we in an accident or something? And she's like, yeah, how do you know? Like, who told you? And she's like, when you were a baby, we got in a car accident. So her stomach didn't speak to her, okay? Pain is just the secret language of the body. When pain shows up, it means the messenger is here to tell you there's something not right here. It's not yours. We need to clear it. Okay, it's like an SOS signal. Our body is signaling there's something wrong. But instead of asking our body what it is, we silence it with painkillers. But we're not silencing our pain, right? We're silencing the messenger that's here to tell us. And so when you silence the messenger doesn't leave. She gets louder, okay? So my friend's mom told her, when you were 6 months old, we got in a car accident and we should not be alive today. It was an absolute miracle. And she said, I thought we were going to die. So my friend's mom was driving, had her 6-month-old baby in the back seat, got on a car accident on the freeway, literally thought that she was going to die. Should have. Miracle. She had so much fear. You guys, that 6-month-old baby, my friend, absorbed some of that fear, that energy, and it got stuck in her stomach. Okay? Now, this is what I want to tell you, and this is what's very important. This is the systemic silencing of generations. If my friend's mother had known how to trust her intuition, if she had been taught that our bodies literally speak to us, that when we ask, we receive, when we knock, the door is opened. When her little baby started having colic, severe colic after that accident, she could have tested her baby. She could have asked, is this physical? Is this emotional? Is this generational? Is this absorbed energy? And she would have gotten a yes. And then she would have intuitively been able to figure out that her 6-month-old baby was affected from that car accident and had absorbed that fear that she had. And she could have cleared it in literal seconds. And then my friend wouldn't have had to deal with chronic constipation, chronic stomach issues for over 27 years of her life. And you guys, this is what they don't teach us. They teach us to silence our truth. And then guess what I started doing as a mother? I did the same thing. When my kids were sick, I gave them Tylenol. I gave them ibuprofen. I gave them stomach medicine. You guys, look at the side effects of these things that we're giving our children. Okay, I would silence their messenger. But I learned, thank goodness, I learned. And so I share this story too. I had a 4-year-old. I have a 4-year-old. He went into the living room 2 weeks ago and he just threw up out of nowhere. My husband came in, he's like, I think Vince is sick. So what do? I test. I test my children. I ask intuitively, is there something physically going on, right? Does he have the flu, a cold? Does he have a parasite, a toxin, a nutrient deficiency? Nope. Does he have something emotional? Nope. Does he have something generational? Nope. Does he have something absorbed? Yes. So you guys, I was able to intuitively figure out that my sunshine baby, right? He had absorbed energy from me and my husband that morning. Guess what? Me and my husband had an argument that morning. Pretty heated argument, right? Every married couple knows what those are like. And my little baby, right, absorbed that energy, went into the living room. His body knew this isn't mine and poof, threw it up, okay? Purged all that energy out of his body. He was totally fine all day. No headache, no fever, nothing. So if we can teach our children, right? Children know exactly how to clear things from their body. When they're sad, they cry. When they're exhausted, they take a nap. When their feelings are hurt, they express the emotion. You hurt my feelings. They cry, right? But as children, we are taught to silence that because we're too much. Don't cry, suck it up. I'm the boss. Listen to me. I know better than you. It's not time to go to the bathroom. I'll tell you when it's time to go to the bathroom. It's not time to eat. I will tell you when it's time to eat. Okay? Children intuitively know how to do all of these things. So you guys, that's why you need the keys. So that you stop absorbing people's energy. You heal the emotional trauma. You clear the generational trauma that's been passed down multiple generations. Corey, how do I fix your thinning hair? Use the keys. Could be physical, okay? So let's go to the next key. I love these keys. How many of you guys are loving these keys? I give you the keys for absolutely free, okay? Make sure you get my free guide. I list the keys. It took me 10 years and over $15,000 to learn these keys. You guys, after I spent my last $1,000 on a certification, because I got hooked, all right? She hooked me in. She said, if you're a licensed NLP hypnosis, if you've been licensed in theta healing, if you're a Reiki master, if you've done quantum healing hypnosis therapy, if you've done emotion code, if you've done body code, I was like, I've done all of those things. I was like, I want to know what she's teaching, right? I was a chronic external validation person. I needed certification after certification after certification, okay? So here I am spending another $1,000 on yet another course. And I knew, I even told God, I said, God, if she teaches this one thing, right? $1,000 that I'm going to teach you for free. If she teaches this one thing, I know that I wasted my money. So sure enough, lesson 1, okay. Lesson 2, okay, nothing new. Lesson 3, I see her start testing. Quick, getting to the root cause of this woman's pain in seconds. And this is what I teach. And I said, what are you doing over there? I said, how are you getting to the root cause of her pain in literal seconds? Guess what she said, you guys? Her intuition. You guys, this is the biggest thing that we have been lied to. That when you ask, you do not receive the answer. So every holistic practitioner that you have ever met that can get to the root cause of your pain in seconds is using intuitive testing. They are asking and receiving. They are using their bodies as an instrument to test what is wrong with a 99.9% accuracy. So you will watch me on this live tonight take somebody from a 10-10 pain to a 0 pain in literal seconds. And I want to tell you, it's not magic. We all have it right now. You, right now watching this, have that gift. But you have forgotten and you've been silencing it because that is what you have been taught to do your entire life. So, what are the 7 keys? Why are they so important? The 7 keys unlock truth. So it took me over 10 years and over $15,000 in certifications to unlock every single key. And once I had all the keys, it was game over, because now I knew how to speak with my messenger. Now I knew how to get to the root cause of any problem in literal seconds. And you guys, I give you the keys for free. If you want the whole system, I have the whole system. It's only $27 for now. It's going to go up to $47 soon. So we're going through the keys, you guys. Let's go to the next key, the spiritual key. This is one of my favorite keys. I love this key. This is one of the hardest keys though, because as a child, right? This is the spiritual key. As a child, I experienced such horrific abuses that it makes complete sense to me why I was attacked by demonic entities. Why I had seen unclean spirits. Why I was being silenced and having horrific night terrors and sleep paralysis. And so as a child, when I was 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, right, I would wake up from horrific night terrors and I would see these shadow entities. Sometimes I would try to scream and I couldn't. Yes, it does, Chanel. So as a child, you guys, I was never taught that I had power over these things, right? I was told that there's no such thing as monsters and just to sleep with the light on, that you're okay. And I was absolutely terrified. And when I went to church on Sunday and we would learn about Jesus casting out demonic entities, when Jesus taught Peter, James, and John that some of these things require fasting, I knew that Jesus was literally talking about very real, tangible demonic entities that could physically hurt you. That this is not some made-up parable. So if you were watching this and you were dealing with chronic pain, chronic symptoms, toxic relationships, and you don't know why, maybe it could be because you were dealing with a demonic entity. You were dealing with a deceiver, a fiery dart of the adversary. You are dealing with something that's spiritual that no doctor can test on a lab. Why? And so you wonder why the world is in an epidemic of mental health crisis, why suicide rates are astronomical, why the sexual abuse, 1 in 4 before the age of 18, is on an all-time rise. Okay? Why do you think that is? Because we are taught that the spiritual realm doesn't exist, that it's the inner shadow, it's the inner child, okay? We are taught that all these things are metaphors, and they want us to believe that. They don't want us to believe that these things are real, because then they continue to feed off of you, okay? They continue to be attached to that feeling of, I'm not good enough, I'm worthless, I'm disgusting, I'm ugly, okay? Whatever it is that you feel about yourself, those emotions create coherent frequencies that attracts those entities or beings. I'm not saying that you're possessed by demons, okay? But you could be. And they could be causing you chronic pain right now. And you don't even know it. But I'm telling you that if you do, you could test in literal seconds, right? Is it spiritual? Yes. Is it the good or the bad? If it's the bad, what is it, right? In my $27 guide, I have the charts so that you can know exactly. And then once you know exactly what it is and the messenger tells you you can clear it, you can clear it. In literal seconds. And I'm going to teach you the fastest way to clear anything. Because once again, I spent way too long, 10 years of my life, over $15,000 in certifications to learn all these elaborate ways to release pain, to release trauma, right? To heal myself. Yes, Chanel. She said K-pop Demon Hunters totally shows us this. Yes, I love that movie. It is so, so good. In fact, they even have the tall shadow hat man in that movie. So you guys, we're talking about the spiritual key, okay? When I teach the spiritual key in my practice, I don't teach it as fear mongering, okay? I teach it as pests. They're annoying. They're like little black flies that we just have to swat and kill, and then we're done with them, okay? Because that's really, truly what it is, okay? They're annoying pests that are feeding off of us like a parasite that we can test if they're there and we can command them to leave, okay? And then I'm going to show you the fastest way to heal these things in seconds. So if you haven't already, you guys, make sure you're following me. Thank you for hitting the like buttons. Don't forget to get my free guide. And if you guys want my complete system that teaches you exactly how to do this, how to tap into the root cause of your pain, your trauma, okay, you can get my whole system for $27. If you want to book a one-on-one with me, we can do that too, okay? When I work with people in my one-on-ones, the number one thing that I get is, I don't trust myself. What did you test, right? And that's exactly what I'm not here to do. I'm not your healer. I'm not your savior. I'm not your psychic or medium, right? I'm here to teach you how to fish so you never have to rely on anyone else again. Thank you, Veronica. This system took me, again, over $15,000 in certifications, right? Over 10 years of my life to realize that I always had the answers within me. And you do too. And so this system just teaches you how to tap into your intuition in seconds. It teaches you how to get your yes and your no. Once you get your yes and your no, you guys, it's game over. It is game over. Because with your yes and no and the 7 keys, you can get to the root cause of anything in literal seconds. You want to know why you're broke? You want to know why you have no money in your bank account? You want to know why you attract toxic men or women into your life? Okay? Do you want to know why you have bladder issues? Do you want to know why you have cancer? Do you want to know why you have Hashimoto's, hair thinning, acne, hormonal issues, weight gain? Your body will literally tell you why and how to clear it. It's that simple. It is so simple and it is so easy. That is why they have programmed us since little children to silence our truth. Because they knew if they can get us to silence our truth, that they would keep us stuck in the matrix for our entire lives, that we would be constantly dependent, that we would constantly seek external healing for what God already gave us. We are literally the perfect vessel to do everything, right? That's how God created us, to only be reliant on Him. You guys, Jesus taught this. He was literally the example of the kingdom of God is within you. Why are you drinking from that well? Drink from my well. Drink from this well and you'll never thirst again. But if you keep drinking from everybody else's well, what is your opinion of me? Well, do you think I'm pretty? Well, do you think I'm smart? Okay. Well, are you going to tell me how to heal myself? I do not use pendulums. No. However, I have been recently shown that we need to do away with pendulums. We need to start using our own bodies as instruments. Okay. That's what I've been shown. If you use a pendulum, by all means, great. Great. But your body is an instrument and it can test with a 99.9% accuracy. So can a pendulum, but you have to be aware of any outside forces that might be affecting your pendulum. Okay? Spiritual key, you guys, pretty powerful. So how many of you guys have been dealing with chronic fatigue? I mean, you are so freaking exhausted, more than normal. How many of you guys have been having ringing in the ears? Yeah, it has been bad. Some of the women in my spiritual mastery group, right? It's just really hard right now. Energy is really hard. Yeah. And so I want to tell you that there is a massive awakening and ascension happening. People are having flu-like symptoms, but they're actually not the real flu. So this is why I'm so glad that you're listening to this, because you could actually be what's going through an ascension, right? Integration, an awakening, which mimics pain. And so this looks like your body trying to calibrate to the higher vibrational frequencies. Mother Earth, right, is ascending. She is shooting out rays through the earth. You can see this through the Schumann resonance. This is science, right? We're all energy. Imagine getting a burst of energy shooting through your body, right? From the earth and the sun, okay? our bodies are like, what's going on? They're trying to integrate, they're trying to recalibrate. And so that looks like flu-like symptoms, massive fatigue, ringing in the ears, feeling like you have so much pressure on your head. So you guys can test. Am I having ascension symptoms? Is this spiritual? If you are, you have to start doing the things that help with ascension. Drinking clean water, go hug a tree. Go hug a freaking tree, okay? I love trees. People don't realize how powerful trees are. Put your hands on the tree, take off your socks and shoes, put your feet on the ground, get some sunshine. You guys, God has literally given us everything for free that can heal us. The sunshine, right? Trees. And we haven't even gotten started on fifth water, right? The crimson codes. Yeah. So when you have the keys and you have your intuition that can tell you exactly what's wrong, and you start asking intuitive questions, you can know. You become powerful. You stop relying on external validation to prove what's going on with you. You already know. Okay? My spiritual awakening started last year. I found out November. Ugh. You guys, I just posted a video on spiritual awakening because you ask anybody who's had a spiritual awakening what that was like. It is absolutely death. It is a full rebirth. It is the caterpillar who turns into absolute goo, and you don't even know who you are. You don't know what's up. You don't know what's down. You don't know what you believe in. Everything you have realized to be true becomes false, right? You awakened to a new reality. You took the red pill, and it's not fun. And so anyone going through that, a spiritual awakening, you guys, these keys will help you to get through that quicker, right? And you'll go through multiple spiritual awakenings. You guys, there's not just one and you're done. There's multiple levels of ascension. And I will tell you, 2 years ago was one of the deepest, darkest ascension of my life. And it was horrific. Yay, Stephanie. So thank goodness I had these tools. Thank goodness I was able to recognize that I was going through spiritual ascension, right? That everything was falling away for me, that everything was being destroyed for me, that I was losing friends, that I was losing family, that I was losing, at that time when I worked for other people, jobs. Everything was falling away for me, okay? I was literally being destroyed. My reality was being destroyed. It crumbles. And thank goodness I had the keys because I would test. Is this physical? Is this emotional? Is this spiritual? Is this generational? Right? Yeah. And sometimes all you can do is just trust that everything is working for you. But when you have the keys, you will not be stuck in anxiety. You will not be stuck in depression, right? You will find joy a lot quicker. Yeah, Riker, it's a lot of people. Yeah. So if things are being things are destroying for you right now, right? If everything feels like what is going on, I want you to know that it's happening for you. That every storm, there's a light at the end. Nobody likes to hear that though during the storm. They're like, what the hell? I don't care. Just get me out of this damn storm. You guys, the keys will help you do that. Okay? I promise. The keys will help you recognize and understand and have complete discernment and understanding of what's happening for you. Okay? Why are you in a state of constant deja vu? Because that means that you are right on track. Deja vu, there's multiple ways, but deja vu's means that you are seeing what you already created before you came here. You guys, we designed our whole life. Every situation we would go through with who. And so as you're having, I had it in my spiritual mastery group with one of my good friends, and the whole team, I was like, this is deja vu. I feel like we all had this conversation on this Zoom call. And I was like, I just want to agree. All of you guys, we've never been on this call before talking about this, right? So it is literal. It means you're exactly where you need to be. Deja vu is good. Yep, parallel timelines, all the things. All right, so let's go to the last key, you guys, and then we're going to do some one-on-ones. Yeah. So you guys, the last key, if you guys have just joined and you're like, what are we talking about? We're talking about, right, if you've been suffering, if you've been dealing with a lot of stuff right now, you most likely are dealing with things that are spiritual, okay? The number one thing that you have to know is that you have been silenced. You have been silenced, and you have been taught to ignore the one gift that will set you free. That is your gift of intuition. When you have your intuition and you can test yes or no, right? Is it this? Is it that? Is it this or that? Right? The 7 keys are just doorways to unlock truth faster to help you get to the root cause. So we're going through the last key. If you haven't gotten the keys, you guys, I have a free guide that lists all the keys. So you can get my free guide. Okay, and my $27 system, which will be going up to $47. So get it before it does. I teach you how. I teach you how to get to the root in seconds. And I have all the graphs and charts. So if it's physical, what is it? If it's a parasite, which parasite? If it's spiritual, what is it? Okay? If it's absorbed energy, if it's an emotion, like what? So let's go to the next key. So in order to share this key, I share a personal story. So this is the past life key. Past life. If you don't believe in past lives, these keys still work, okay? But I'm telling you that so many people are dealing with the persecution's cross. So many people have gone through so much trials, so many traumas, horrific. I'm talking more than the average person. Okay, they are carrying the persecution's cross. They have been put on this earth intentionally for this dispensation of time. Okay, not with a silver spoon in their mouth, but through traumas, right? To alchemize all the darkness and all the pain, to go through that so that they can be a literal light. Yep, if that's you, welcome. You found me, okay? I know that I have been called to awaken women to their truth, to help them remember that before they came here, they volunteered. You volunteered. You knew that you were getting into some of the most horrific, terrible traumas, right? In your soul, you know, without even me having to call you out, that you were meant to be a leader, that you were meant to shine your light and to help other people. Not because you're better than them, but because you have an unconditional love for your brothers and your sisters. And that you genuinely, truly, at the deepest part of your soul, you want to help people. Why do you want to help people so desperately? Because you know what it looks like and feels like to not be loved, to be abandoned, to be physically abused, to be sexually abused, to feel all alone in this big world. Even though you were in a church building full of people, you felt alone. Even though you had family that told you they loved you, you felt alone. So if this is you, I want you to know that you are here for a reason. And that reason is not to hide your light under a bushel. Your reason is to speak your truth confidently, to share your stories, and to embody truth. And I am so freaking excited that you're here. I just cleared a persecution's cross with a 72-year-old woman today. If she's on here, I love you, Michelle. She's 72 years old. She's done the work, you guys. She's 72. She's about to launch a course. 72 years old. And I was like, I am so damn proud of you. And she was ready to be fully seen, to be fully heard. So it's never too late. You guys are always right on time. So the persecution's cross is part of the past life key. I want to tell you a personal story so that you can recognize how this might be showing up in your life. I started having a massive chronic chest pain, like 10 out of 10. Okay, it was so bad that I went to the doctors just to make sure I didn't have strep. Okay, this was way before COVID. I went to the doctors, they ran a bunch of tests, there was nothing. They're like, oh, it must be virus or something, okay? But I literally felt like my ribs were compounding, like crunching in, and I couldn't breathe. It was like small gasps of air. And this was going on for about 3 weeks when finally I asked my body, what is this? And my body spoke to me, right? My body told me, the messenger told me, it is not from this lifetime. You guys, this is before I acknowledged or knew about the last key. I didn't understand what that meant, okay? I was like, I don't know what that means. So, and I'm really hard-headed. So I waited 3 more days. Now we're going on almost 4 weeks of chronic chest pain. I just couldn't handle it. So I asked my body again, right? I was using the keys. What is this? And the messenger told me again, it is not from this lifetime. So I went on YouTube and I looked up a past life regression meditation. And so I love meditations. So I did this meditation, and you guys, I saw myself as a red-headed woman in a castle, okay, bawling my eyes out. I knew, I could feel everything that she was feeling. I knew that she was being treated less than the dog, okay? I knew that she was being used to bring male babies into this kingdom, okay? I knew that I was worthless because I was a woman. I had no voice. I had no friends. I was cooped up in this castle being abused physically, sexually, okay? So I came out of this vision and I was like, wow, what the heck was that? My chest pain, still horrific. So I was like, I don't understand what's going on. So I reached out to a friend who does energy work. I didn't tell her anything because she came from the same background as me, right? The same religion for me. So I was like, she probably thinks I'm crazy because she doesn't believe in this either. So I did a session. I said, hey, my chest is killing me. Can we do a one-on-one? We booked a one-on-one. I'm laying on her table. About 5 minutes in, you guys, I finally get the nerve and I say, hey, I think I believe in multiple lives. And she's like, oh, good. She's like, so do I. I was like, yay. She's like, I see a little redheaded girl running through the field. And when she said that, my entire body, like I'm feeling resonance in my chest, my entire body electrified. It was truth. And I knew that she saw me, that she saw the same thing that I saw, different age. And you guys, within literal minutes, my chest pain was completely gone. 100% zero chest pain. And I knew in that very moment that this is not the only lifetime that we live. And I had a full-blown memory of another lifetime that was imprinted and causing me physical pain in this life. And so all these keys, you guys, that I teach you, I have embodied them. I am one of the people that chose to volunteer to come here to experience horrific traumas. I am not someone who stands on a soapbox and says, look at me. You can be just like me. No. I went through the sexual trauma, the physical trauma, the religious trauma. Okay? I went through it all. Acne that covered my entire face. I felt disgusting and ugly as a teenager. I felt worthless. I allowed horrific things to happen to me because I felt so unworthy. So I've lived all of these keys. Why? Because I volunteered to come to experience these horrific things, hard things, so that I could overcome them. And then I could then turn around, clear the persecution's cross, and then shine a light so brightly that I could help other men and women remember who they are and remember that they're not broken, and help them remember that just like me, just because those horrific things happened to my body, even though my innocence was taken from me at a very young age, that I am still pure and worthy and lovable and good enough, and that you are still amazing, good enough, worthy. And I'm here to help you remove the distortion and the lies, because that's what I had to do for myself. I had to remove the distortion and the lies. And the second you do, thank you, stars. The second you remove the distortion, the second you remove the lies, the second you go save your little self when she was 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, okay? It is a game. It is game over. It is game freaking over. And you guys, that is why I'm so excited to share these keys. And that is why I share them every day. And I get so hyped up because I find my community and my tribe, and people literally heal themselves in seconds. And it's simple. How quick is this to do? Seconds. Seconds. So I'm going to do this with a couple people. Shelby, my love, thanks for coming on. So Shelby's in my spiritual mastery course. I have a couple queens in my spiritual mastery course that are on this live. If you guys want to join the spiritual mastery course, it's $397. There's a monthly payment plan option, but this is for those who know that they were meant for more and you're ready to go deep into the spiritual things. Okay. I do not have to promote or market. If you feel called, it is for you. Okay. You can look it up. There's a link in my bio. All right. So this is what you need to do. You guys, I'm going to show you how to use these 7 keys. I'm going to show you exactly how to get to the root cause and clear in literal seconds. Okay? Seconds. It takes me seconds to get to the root cause of anything I'm dealing with. Seconds. And you can too. I'm not special. I'm not special. I'm not your savior. I'm not your psychic or medium or healer. Because truly, you guys can do all those things. You want to be a psychic? You are. You want to be a medium? You are. We all have those abilities, right? It's just learning how to tap into those with boundaries and recognizing how to do those things safely. Okay? All right. So if you want me to tap in, all you need to do are these 3 things, but make sure you do all 3 of them so that Shelby can pin you and I can test you. You have to say, I give you permission. I have 10-10 pain in my neck. That's it. So you only have to comment 1 time. Okay, 1 time. My name is so-and-so. Well, she already knows your name. I have 10-10 pain. I give you permission and it's in my neck or stomach or back. So just do it 1 time. Shelby will go through and she will pick and then she will put me up, okay? She will put you up. If you are wanting me to test you, please, 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 please don't be the person that continues to seek external validation for healing. Okay, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to teach you how to fish so that you never have to rely on somebody else to fish for you. Okay? If you have no money, I get it. Get my free guide. Start there. It is transformational. The information I give you a full free course, the Live Empowered course, in my free guide. I give you everything to at least get started, right? But if you want the whole system so you can know how to test and how to get to the root in seconds, you guys, get it before it goes up to $47, okay? So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this. I have helped hundreds of people across the entire globe do this. Watch my YouTube videos. What, right? This works. Miracles. If you want to be a person that witnesses miracles and brings miracles into people's lives, learn this system and start teaching it. Shoot, she disappeared. Lauren, I see you, queen. I'm making you work, Shelby. Thanks, love. Oops, I just... 10-10 pain, lower back. Okay, 10-10 pain, lower back. Okay. So you guys, this is exactly... I'm going to teach you exactly how to do what I do in my system. Okay, you won't get to see how, because that is what I teach you in my $27 guide. Okay. I have permission to test Lauren. Yes. So you guys have to have permission. Okay, we are not going around healing people. We're not doing that. I'm not healing anyone. I'm not diagnosing or treating. Lauren is going to do the work. Okay, remember I told you that there's the fastest way to clear anything? You guys remember me saying that? I'm going to teach that to you now. The fastest way to clear anything at any time is breath and unconditional love. So what is this going to look like, Lauren? This is me holding sacred space. Let's say I have chest pain. I'm going to continue to breathe in unconditional love, filling my chest with love and breathing out the pain. That's it. Do you know that when we're stressed, we stop breathing? When we have pain, when we're in fight or flight, we literally stop breathing. When you stop breathing, you cut off oxygen to your brain. Your brain then produces cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. Stress is the leading cause of death because stress causes inflammation. Inflammation causes disease in the body. So you just got to breathe, queen. Breathe in unconditional love and allow your body's sacred space to process the trapped emotions, to process the trauma. This could look like crying. This could look like sweating, throwing up, burping, getting the shivers or the shakes, okay? This is all natural. Breath, unconditional love, okay? So we're going to ask Lauren's messenger. We're speaking to her higher self. Her messenger is going to tell us exactly what this back pain is. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed? Okay, I got absorbed. So that means you absorbed someone's energy, not yours, and it's causing your back pain. Do we need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page. So you guys, in my $27 guide, I have a list, right? I have all the charts. So I'm going to go to the emotional chart. And we're going to tap into exactly what emotion it is. Front page, back page. Okay, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. So low self-esteem. So low self-esteem, Lauren. Okay. We're going to ask the messenger, do we need to know more? Okay. Do we need to know more? Yes, we need to know the age. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, age 10. At age 11. Okay, so at age 11. Does she need to know more? No. So this is what you're going to do, Lauren. Your lower back, okay? I command this low self-esteem that is trapped in my back to leave now. And I fill that space with unconditional love. And then you're just going to breathe in into your back and then breathe out. And you're just going to keep breathing until that pain shifts, until that pain leaves your body, okay? I command that low self-esteem that was trapped in my body at age 11 to leave now, and I fill it with unconditional love. And you guys, Lauren is going to let us know when that pain drops from a 10 to a 0. We're going to ask, does she need another key? Yes. So you can have multiple keys attached to the same pain. So we're going to ask which key? Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational. So now it's generational. Do we need to know more? Yes. From your dad. Do we need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page. Okay. Is it 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66? So 66. Low self-esteem. Generationally passed down through your dad's line. Low self-esteem. And that is trapped in your back, okay? So does she need to know more? Yes. Okay, does she need to know how many generations back? Yes. So you guys, when the messenger speaks, I don't stop the messenger. I don't silence her until she's done giving me the message. Because if I were to just stop and say, okay, clear it now, she's not going to leave, right? She's like, well, I didn't finish telling you all you need to know to clear it. Okay, so she's saying there's still more there, right? Who is this? This is Lauren's messenger. Her higher self, intuition, superconscious, whatever you want to call it. How many generations back? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 5 generations back. So this is what you're going to say, Lauren. I command this generational trauma that is stuck in my back. Okay, this low self-esteem, 5 generations back, I clear it now. I command that to be cleared from my body, and I fill that space with unconditional love. And you guys, the fastest way to heal pain is witnessing, right? In Theta Healing, another course. In Theta Healing, it's just witnessing the healing, seeing it in your mind's eye or feeling it. Has that been cleared? Yes, 100% yes. Does she need another key for her lower back pain? It is easing up because I feel heard. Oh my gosh, good job, Lauren. So does she need another key for her back pain? No. Will she go to a 0 pain tonight? Will she go to a 10, a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2. You're going to get to a 1 pain tonight, Lauren. Incredible. So Lauren, when you get to that 1, you let us know so we can mass heart you, okay? Just keep breathing, sending unconditional love to your back. All right. You guys, isn't this so fun? Like, I could do this every day, all the time. And if you are a practitioner, like you, or you do Reiki or hypnosis or whatever the modalities are, right? NLP, quantum healing hypnosis therapy, right? You can have this system to get to the root cause in seconds, right? I work with doctors, I work with nurses, right? I teach them this system because you can do this too. Yeah, it's so much faster, right? I remember spending like 2 to 3 hours in a past life session or in a Reiki session, right? And I would barely get to the tip of their problems. You guys, this, in a 1 hour session, let me write her information down for Star. Her name is Mona, 910, pain in my throat. Okay. So you guys, when I do one-on-ones with people, we literally get through everything in 60 minutes. Why? Because we can test in seconds and clear instantly. It's that fast. It is so incredibly fast. Okay, so Star, do I have permission to test Star? Yes, or Mona. Okay, I have permission. You guys, I teach you this exact system in my $27 guide. Get it before it goes up to $47, okay? Yes, Gina, it is fascinating. It is so, so fun. So Star has throat pain, so we're gonna ask her messenger, just like you have your messenger, right? Pain is the secret language of the body. All this throat pain is the messenger trying to tell Mona that something needs to be cleared. I spent $2,000 to do a course like this, takes 2 hours per problem. Yeah, Sand Dancer, yeah, I did too, honey. I spent 10 years and over $15,000 in certifications. That took hours to get to the root cause, like Reiki, quantum healing hypnosis therapy, NLP hypnosis, emotion code, right? Breakthrough took me a whole year to certify. A whole year to certify, okay? Just saying. You can waste your time and money. I wouldn't say waste. You can learn the long way and the hard way, or you can learn this system and get to the root in seconds, okay? All right, Mona. What key will unlock her throat pain? Physical, emotional, spiritual. I knew it. Is it the good? It's the bad. A fiery dart, a curse, a hex, an unclean spirit. Demonic. So demonic. Demonic. Attached to your throat. Are there more than one? Yes. Are there legion? Yes. So legion, whenever I tap into legion, it's almost like a portal. Okay, I had legion attacked to my neck. For over a decade, I had migraines till it cleared. Okay, my messenger was screaming at me. I didn't listen. Legions of entity attached to your neck. You guys, in my $27 guide, I list all the spiritual things so you could know in seconds. What is it? Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know the age? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 5 at age 6. At age 6, Mona. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Lost. So you guys, the emotion was lost. Okay, I want you guys to understand this. I'm not a psychic. I'm using my intuition to test yes or no. You can too. Your body is an instrument. When you ask, you receive. When you knock, the door is open. Okay? I am asking the messenger is telling me yes or no. I teach you how to do this in my $27 guide, okay? Doctors and scientists have proven that this works within 99.9% accuracy. But thank you for asking so I could clarify that. Let me explain this to you one more time. At age 6, Mona, something happened to you. Something happened to you and there was some distortion and there were some lies. And at 6 years old, click my picture twice, Queen, and go to my profile. Link is in my profile. At 6 years old, you decided that you were lost. lost. That lost emotion is stored in your body, and it creates almost like I'll call it a black hole. It creates this hole. Guess what's attracted to this black hole? It's called resonance. It's called resonance. It resonates with this. Demonic, unclean, the lower dimensional beings. They see that frequency. They are attracted to it. Okay? They anchor themselves to it. Okay? They feed off of your life force through this black hole. If they stay long enough, right, they can possess, right? They can get into us, right? As a child, children can become possessed by these things, right? Through resonance. The second that you go back to that 6-year-old self and you get rid of the distortion and the lies, you have to do this, okay? So this is what I want you to do, Mona. I want you to see your 6-year-old little self. And if you can't remember what happened, that's fine, but you can see her. Lost and I saw demons. Oh, yep. So Mona, I want you to see her. Close your eyes. And I want you to tell yourself the truth. Remove all the lies and the distortion. She's 6 years old. What is true about her is that she is unconditional love. That you were always there for her. That she's no longer lost. That she has been found by you. You guys, I do this with everyone, but I want you, Mona, to sit her on your lap. She was abandoned. Wow. I want you to sit your 6-year-old little self on your lap and hold her, and I want you to witness her being healed. Witness her body being filled with unconditional love and her just sighing with relief because the first time she is seen and heard and loved and filled with unconditional love. Okay? And now, Mona, we're going to clear these demonic entities that are attached to your throat. That is where the lost energy got stuck. So I command these demonic entities to leave my body now. I remove any tracers and any trackers, and I become invisible to you. And I fill that space in my throat with unconditional love. And I clear this in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. You guys, the reason why I clear in all timelines, dimensions, and space is because time is not linear. Okay? Time is not linear. So when I'm clearing something dimensionally, that's why they call some demonic entities deceivers or familiars, because they've known you before. They know who you are sometimes when you come here, and they look for opportunities to hurt you. So when I become invisible, it is forever. You can never find me. You can never reattach to me. Does she need another key for her neck? Yes. How are you feeling, Mona? Lauren, how are you feeling? She needs another key for her neck, right? We keep asking the messenger till the messenger says there are no more keys. It is physical, emotional. Jason, I love you, brother. Wait, that's what familiars are? Yeah, familiars are demonic entities that know you. They have known you in other lifetimes. Oh, Star, you got this, Queen. Let yourself cry. Yes, Lauren's at a 4. Lauren went from a 10-10 to a 4, you guys. Like, that is freaking powerful. And she's gonna get to a 1, right? She's integrating. All right, what's the next key for Star? It's physical, it's emotional, spiritual. It's generational from your dad. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. There could be karmic connections. When I say generation, generational is not the same as karmic. Karmic would be under past life. So 66 is low self-esteem, So low self-esteem, generationally, that's what I can't speak, imprinted in your DNA. Low self-esteem. It's not yours. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know how many generations back? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 generations back again. So I command this generational trauma of low self-esteem to leave my body now and to be filled with unconditional love. And this is in your throat. So I command this low self-esteem that is not mine. It's been generationally passed down from my dad's line to be cleared. And I fill it with unconditional love. Does she need another key? Nope, that was it. So Mona, that was it, Miss Star. Let me ask what her pain level will get to. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She will get to a 0 pain. How can you tell if you have a demonic spirit on you? You test. Which key? I give you the keys for free. You're welcome, Mona. So let us know when you get to a 0, okay, Queen? Keep breathing, unconditional love. Breath. Okay. So how can you tell if it's demonic? It's easy. You ask. Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door will be opened unto you. Is it physical, emotional? Is it spiritual? If you get a yes, you're going to ask, is it good or bad? Bad would, for me, be demonic, unclean spirit, a curse, a hex, a familiar. You guys, in my $27 guide, I list what they could be so you could test. Okay? But you don't need to test unless the messenger tells you you need to know more. Okay? If you test spiritual and demonic and you don't need to know more, you could just clear it. Okay, my name is Rosalind. I have 10-10 pain in my shoulder. Okay, Rosalind. Rosalind is a 10-10 pain in her shoulder. All right, do I have permission to test Rosalind? I do. Okay. You guys, in my $27 guide, I teach you how to get permission because if I got a no, I would not be allowed to test. I couldn't. That is what we call free agency and free will. And again, we are not healing people. I do not heal people. You heal yourself. There's a misconception that Jesus healed people. Jesus held sacred space and asked them if they believed if they would be healed. And he held sacred space for them to be able to do the healing. God said, Jesus said, you can do everything I can do and even greater things you can do. He said, the kingdom of God is within you. Stop seeking answers outside of you. Do you believe you can be healed? If you don't, you won't. Do you believe you can be healed? If you do, you will. Ask and you shall receive how. Okay? Rosalind. She has shoulder pain. It's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational. Star, you're going down. Good job, Mona. Keep breathing, love. Okay. Did I say spiritual? Physical, emotional. Yep, spiritual. Unclean spirit, demonic. Are there more than one? Yes. Are there legion? Yes. Interesting. So Rosalind, legions of entities attached to your shoulder. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know the age? Nope. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. So taken for granted, Rosalind, it's taken for granted is what the emotion was that they attached to in your shoulder. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know, now does she need to know the age? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5, age 6. So at age 6, feeling taken for granted, does she need to know more? Yes. Okay, does she need to know the exact trauma? Yeah, so something happened at age 6 specifically that you felt taken for granted and that these legions of entities attached. Yes, Papacito, Jason, thanks to you, brother. Yes. I don't even have to ask anymore because I know you're going to help me hit the goal. Jason. Lauren, you guys, it's time to celebrate. Lauren's at a 1. Lauren got to a freaking 1. I told you she would. How did I know? Because her messenger told me. Her higher self told me that she could get to a 1 pain tonight on this live. You can do the same exact thing. Cool, huh? Now we're just waiting for Mona. All right, Rosalind, are you still here, Queen? I think I think she's getting filtered out. It didn't want to go. Had to breathe so. I know, it's breath. She said it didn't want to go. I had to breathe so much. I know. Good job, though, Lauren. Those pesky little things. Okay, is Rosalind here? Mona dropped down to a 6. 6 out of 10. Shelby, did you see Rosalind? Is she still here? Gee, yeah. If you've been triggered a lot lately, use the keys. Okay, perfect. Rosalind, did something happen specifically at age 6? She just barely commented. Yeah, you saw. Okay, so age 6. So we're going to do, because she's ready to do the clearing. Yes. Okay. So shoulder pain. I command these legions of entity that are attached to my shoulder to leave now. I fill that space with unconditional love. I fill that space with unconditional love. Rosalind, I need you to see your 6-year-old little self, and you need to tell her the truth. What does she need to hear? What were the lies and the distortions that she believed about herself that just weren't true? You're good, Shelby. I'm going to leave right at 10. As soon as we get Rosalind cleared. So you're good. Thanks, Shelby. Thank you, Queen, for helping me. Has that been cleared? Yes, 100%. Good job, Rosalind. Does she need another key? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual. So generational. From your dad. Thanks to... Oh, is Aunt Teddy your cousin? Aw, thanks, Aunt Teddy. I'll have to follow you. I love it. Oh, hi, Teddy. Let me make sure I'm following you. There we go. Yay, Mona got down to a 5. Mona. All right, Miss Rosalind, generational trauma. I can't stop crying. That's okay. Hey, Melissa, you're back. Hey, Queen, we missed you. All right, generational trauma, Rosalind, from your dad. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. You are cleaning your inside, Mona. You're purging all the things that you no longer have to carry anymore, right? Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. Self-abuse. So self-abuse, Rosalind. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know how many generations back? 1, 2. So 3 generations back. Self-abuse was a trauma that was stored in your great-great-grandfather's body, and that has been passed down generationally to you. So I command this generational trauma of self-abuse to leave my body and to be filled with unconditional love. So Rosalind, I command this generational trauma of self-abuse to be cleared from my body now, and I fill it with unconditional love. Does she need another key? No. Will her pain go down to a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0 tonight? Yep. So Rosalind, that will get you down to a 0 tonight. Good job, stars. Mona. All right, guys, so that is all the one-on-ones I'm going to do for tonight. So thank you guys so much for listening, for following, for all the hearts, Teddy and Jason. I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys have not already, make sure you get my free guide. Make sure you're following. Make sure you share. Rosalind, can it come back? Are you talking about the demonic entities? So once you clear something, it's cleared. Now, what does happen is the messenger comes back. You're welcome, Mona. The messenger comes back. So a lot of you guys might have, you think you have chronic chest pain, or you have chronic neck pain, or you have chronic shoulder pain. It's not chronic. It's where the messenger shows up. It's where the messenger pokes you and says, hey, there's something here. So Rosalind, if you get another pain, you're going to use the keys to speak to the messenger to clear again, to clear whatever it is, okay? You're so welcome, Vikash. Yay, Mona's at a 3. Mona went down to a freaking 3 out of 10. Hell yes, babe. So when you guys have pain, it doesn't mean that it's the same pain coming back. It means the messenger is coming back with something else that needs to be cleared. And if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s, and you're just now doing this, okay, there is going to be a purge process. Okay, you're going to clear something, and then something else is going to show up. Then you're going to clear that. Eventually, you will get to the place like where I'm at, where I intuitively test every day. I never have pain. I'm literally never sick. Okay, and I can tap into seconds what my pain is, and it can clear in seconds. Can I ask you, for those who don't know, a pain or something else? Yeah, so if you don't have pain, these keys still work. So if you have no pain, but you have money blocks and you have no money in your bank account, why? The keys will tell you. Is it because you have generational trauma? Is it because you have a past life karmic debt? Is it because you have something spiritually going on, like a curse or a hex that's been placed on your bloodline, right? So these keys work even if it's not physical pain. But most people, that's the first thing, is pain, right? The first thing they're dealing with is the pain. Once the pain clears, right, then you can start working on other things too. But it's not all just physical pain. You're welcome. So you guys, I do have a $27 guide. It will be going up to $47. This is the complete system. Everything you need to know to be able to do this for yourself and your family members. If you feel called to join my spiritual mastery course, I would love for you to come into our community. We have the most amazing, powerful people in this community. This is a community full of people who want to learn how to not only heal and transform their lives, but to be able to do this for other people at a greater capacity. So if you feel the call, you guys can check out my bio, check out my link. I do have payment plan options for people. So it's really, really affordable, and it's amazing. Mona! Yay, I'm so glad you got down while I'm here. So you guys, Mona just got from a 1 to a 10. She was a 10 pain. 10 pain in her throat. Down to a freaking 1. Thank you, Kia. Yeah, Kia's in my spiritual mastery course. She said, join us, it's amazing. You will get a digital copy. It will go straight to your email. If you want to print it, you can though. Yay, I'm so happy for you, Star, for Miss Mona. Hopefully Miss Lauren is feeling good too, and Rosalind, hopefully you guys are doing good too. But you guys, I love you guys so much. It has been such an amazing night. I do this every day. So tomorrow I'll be on as well. Usually I come on about 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you double click up here, it'll let you know when I go live, if you want to be notified. If not, you can just find me when I'm on here. All right, guys, I hope you have the most amazing night. Yes, thank you, Kia, except for Sundays. I do not go live on Sundays. And if I'm here on Sunday, tell me it's Sunday so I can hop off. All right, love you guys. God bless you so much. Love you all, my sisters and brothers. You're amazing. Good night, guys.